ready to do some PT. See, I don't understand why my man right there is not in PT rags. And so what ends up happening is dude right there probably got medical issues. Something wrong with him. He's gonna be a problem. They're gonna do a lot of push-ups because of him. They're gonna do a lot of push-ups because of him. And what that does is that's gonna lights out, they're gonna be on his ass. Mind you, they ain't been to sleep yet. And this is what when you're in the ship, this is what they call this when in basic, just because it's basic, they call that ship.
Right.
Everything. Oh, that book, that's it. That's the Sea Guide.
Okay.
Remember I told you about the book? That's it. That's it right there. Now, in Navy Basic, you take a lot of classes, bro. You take classes on the so what they try to tell you is the Air Force, I believe, is the only branch that has never lost a battle. That's why their chevrons point straight up. And everybody else is point down.
Didn't know that.
They teach you stuff like all right, in the early 2000s, I don't know if you remember this, but there was a terror attack on a naval ship and they blew a hole in the side of the ship.
Okay.
And it was a big thing about the people that survived and the people that lost. Like, we honor them people while you in there, and they teach you about that shit. They teach you about some of the first naval ships, the first naval strike force team, and all that. You learn a lot of oaths that you got to remember. You got to say, like, it's a lot of shit you got to say. You got to remember. And it's all in that book. And that's your Sea Guide. You got to keep that shit throughout basic. That shit means nothing as soon as you leave.
Emphasize on the nothing, huh? Heavy on the nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
All right.
It don't even help you in A school. All right. I can tell what year it is. You see the chain of command, who's at the top? It was Obama.
Yep.
So this was a couple years after us. So they want you to know the chain of command all the way to you. You know, all the way down than you are. And the president is the top of the chain of command in the military. That's how it goes.
Why they put Mr. Obama, but okay.
Yeah. They do that. I don't know.
It's weird.
Because he technically a civilian because he don't got military rank. So I think that's got something to do with it. But the admirals changed the I wish they showed more than just the president, because you got to go into who's the naval chief officer, the NCO, and that's like that's like the top of the Navy, period. Then, like, because each branch, like, there's an Army member that's the top of the Army underneath the Secretary of Defense. Right. And they make like it's like the 4 chiefs of staff, I believe. And one of them from the Navy. Yeah,
each branch has and usually
the
it goes.
NCO is the top of the Navy.
Right. They usually, I have to fact check, but yeah, you're right. There are military personnel that's in that inner circle of the cabinets up there, Department of Defense and honorable this and all that. Yeah.
I don't know if you ever been on a base when one of them come on base, but it's a big deal.
I may have. I have to really think about it. But
what's the highest rank you've met?
I drove for General Abrams. His family is responsible for the Abrams tank. He was in Fort Irwin. I was in 11 ACR at the time, and I was hey-you'd for a detail. They didn't tell me who or what, and I reported, and it was General Abrams. I was his little driver for a rotation for one of the field exercises. I don't know how it happened. Just military is very random. You don't get to really pick what you do. But I think he might have been the highest one I've encountered. I never
so
seen
how
it.
Often, so to give it to some perspective, like, I've seen an admiral while I was in the military, but I've only seen an admiral like maybe like 3 times.
Uh,
Like, how often do you see a general in the army?
well, I seen him every day when I was on that detail, but that was just a selective situation. My other duty stations and posts, man, I'd be lucky to see a full. I've always seen lieutenant colonels, lieutenant colonels. You will be rare to see a colonel. Like, yeah, it's like it's just very rare. I mean, you're going to see your command sergeant majors. You're going to see your lieutenant colonels. To see like a full bird colonel, yeah, that's not. They're not. I mean, when I was deployed, we had a couple come speak as like a morale thing, but you're not seeing those people, man. They're like, you might as well call them the president. Like, it's just not that common. Not for I was a lowly truck driver grunt. Like, it wasn't no real reason to talk to us. Like, our regular command sergeant major was an awe moment. You know, our command sergeant major Cooper was like us, like it was almost like Star Wars, like the Empire. Like when these people rank all around, you almost feel like the air is out the room. It's some weird shit. It's like they pump the fear in you about all this rank structure that when you see something so high up the chain when you're a PFC that you can't comprehend, you just lock up. You just straight eyes. God forbid he come talk to you. Hey, what's going on? Where you from? You don't even know how to answer. You like from Ohio, command sergeant major, sir. You know, whatever his rank is. So yeah, I think colonel when I was on that detail. What about you? What's the highest rank? I mean, you was doing personnel records. What's the highest rank?
The highest rank that I've checked in was a commander, I believe, for 06.
Mm-hmm.
And he was he came to Norfolk. He was taking over a ship. Like he was going to be like the XO on the ship, like underneath a CO.
Mm-hmm.
And I checked him in. I saw his pay. I want to say it was like every first and 15th, he got like 16,750 something.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of money, bro.
Say that number again. I was trying to look up Colonel
every
Abrams.
every first and 15th, he got like 16,700 something crazy like that.
Them is the people that love the military.
Mm-hmm.
He made, you said 16 bi-weekly?
He was married. He had been on hazardous duty command. He was a commander of a command, so that's extra pay. He had so many extra pays, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I bet he had them all stacked up and probably doing some jail time. No, I'm playing.
And when you're a commander, when you're 06, when you move, they got people that come to your house, pack all your shit up, ship your cars, and do everything. He don't got to touch nothing.
And the Colonel Abrams story was definitely like a grandson. It wasn't the original colonel that was known for the Abrams tank. He is just he was actually fairly young when I was in 11 ACR in Fort Irwin around 2010 or 11. So this was like the grandson or something. Maybe even like he still had his hair. He was just like a trim, thin white dude. But that's probably the highest I was around. And everybody's, you know who he is? I'm like, nah. Because the name Abrams to me didn't mean nothing. His family's responsible for the Abrams tank, you know, the A1. I was like, oh, okay. Like, that's cool.
Yeah, like,
so what?
I remember, so they do this in the Navy. When you have the final chapter of the boot camp is this thing called battle stations. And you run battle stations at the end, they give you this hell of a brunch. I'm talking about it's unlimited, all you can eat. It's the last thing. Battle station is the last thing you do. And once you pass that, they give you your Navy hat. Mm-hmm. They give you an all you can eat buffet, bro.
His name
and
was
while
Robert.
you're eating, they got an admiral, like a 4-star, will sit down and eat with you. I sat down and ate with a 4-star. And he was from Alabama. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. You know, been in 33 years or something like that. He said. And he had 4 stars on the shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see them.
You don't see them. You don't see
even them. The commanders of the duty stations are only like a captain or a commander. You ain't gonna see a 1 or 2 star because they're over so much shit. It's like you don't encounter them people.
You're not encountering them, man.
No.
Hey, you're watching C.O.B. Make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe.